Hey team, Major Foe here. Operation Valkyrie. Japan turned 16.4, January 1944. Japan has two tech rolls. We're going to go try for long-range aircraft, currently at stage 0. Ooh, that's a 10. That will move to stage 1. And then we're going to do advanced subs, and I have a +1 die roll on this. That's a 3. That is not there. 50%, not too bad. Excuse me. Okay, Japan has $68. So add a heavy battleship for 5, move up a battleship for 5, add another or move up another battleship for 5. That's $15 for 3 heavy battleships. Moving along the chart, that takes us to 53. Lend lease a fighter to Italy for 10. 43. Sub base is $2. A coastal gun is $5. Lend lease a tank to Germany for $6. Two medium tanks, $6 a piece, that's $12. Two militia upgrades, that's $4. Three militia, $2 a piece, that's $6. And two marines for $4 each, that's $8. Okay, so few attacks. We have the 41st is going to move into Bengal. So I'll just take that down to the, put that on the 41st plate. We have a destroyer in P42. It'll take this marine. It'll move to P50, I-12, looks like a 4, and then I-11. There's a destroyer in the 6th Fleet, and probably just easier to take off things that aren't going. The 6th Fleet is moving 1, 2 into I-11. That destroyer is in the 6th Fleet, and this destroyer is now in the 6th Fleet. There are still two heavy battleships here. Quick one, seaplane will raid the line P50. The two transports in the 6th Fleet moves 1, 2, and they'll bring over, stupid, that's non-combat, apologies folks. This one and this one. The 2nd destroyer will bring the 2nd Marine, and they'll land in Ceylon. Apologies for the confusion. They'll get 2 shore bombards from the 2 battleships. The other, the 2 transports and the 2 battleships will stay here. Non-combat, move some troops in a bit. In that fight in Bengal, there'll be a fighter, a tactical bomber, the medium bomber, and the 2 fighters off of the 6th Fleet. There is no air base here, so they can't scramble that fighter into that fight. But the fighters were here, so they moved 1, 2, 3, and they have 1 movement remaining. The tactical only moved 1, and the medium bomber moved 1, 2, 3, but it still has plenty of movement left to get to its landing zone. Okay, belabored that one too long. Next attack is up here in central Mongolia. We have a cavalry, 2 medium armor, and a mechanized going into central Mongolia. Into Novosibirsk, we have an artillery, a mountain brigade, and an infantry from Angara, and then we have the mountain brigade and the infantry from Tanatuva. Okay, I think that is all the attacks I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that's it. This one I'll probably take to the board. It's a little bigger of a fight. Now, defense in jungles. Played this before. Nothing. Okay. They don't get, it's only vehicle class that have a -2. There's nothing else there that gives a bonus or a negative. It's half in the mountains. Hmm. So I think it needs to be completely encircled by the mountains for it to be a mountain territory. But if I'm wrong, we'll know by the rolls how terrible it went for me anyway. Not crossing a river, and we're in the marsh, or correction, the jungle. Gurkha, just gonna look up the Gurkhas. I should have done this, sorry. See. +1 attack in a jungle. And they function as mountain infantry. So that would make a big difference if that territory is considered mountainous. As the roundel is partly in the jungle or in the mountains, I believe it has to be fully encircled by the mountain to be considered a mountain territory. But once again, if I'm wrong, we'll fix that later. Okay, so going in, we have 2 fighters at 6. We have a tactical at 7. We have a medium bomber at 7. 2 first strikes at 3. 2 infantry are boosted. 2 infantry are not. AA gun doesn't fire, and the militia also doesn't fire. So, 4 of these guys. And once again, these 3 Gurkhas, it's possible that's a mountain territory, so I'll just make sure that I use dice of a different color for them in case I mess that up. And then that'll be the infantry that's there. These dice are all different sizes. Okay, and then the militia. On the other side, we have 2 first strikes, 2 infantry at 2, 2 boosted infantry at 3, a tactical bomber, a medium bomber, and then 2 fighters. Okay, so let's roll this one up. We've got 2 first strikes at 3. 8 and 6, great start. 2 infantry at 2. Both misses. 2 infantry at 3. Even more misses. 2 fighters at 6. And that would have been a hit, but the ball kept rolling. Tactical is in orange, and they're both hits. One's a target select. So obviously they'll take the militia as the first hit, and I'll target select a Gurkha. So militia at a 2. That's hard to see, but that's a 3. Infantry and 3 Gurkhas. Yep, 1, 2 hits. Doesn't matter, I guess, if it was mountainous terrain or not. They would have defended out of 5, but both of those dice are definitely 2 hits. So, camera skills still what they are. I'll lose 2 infantry. Okay, round number 2. We have 2 infantry and 2 artillery at 3s. That is 1 hit. We have 2 fighters at 6. That's 2 3 hits, and we have a tactical in orange, medium bomber in brown. Those are both 9s. So 1, 2, 3 hits, and there's 3 units remaining. So roll these guys. Miss, hit, hit. So I'd say irrelevant, but what can I lose here? So if it was a mountainous terrain, I guess it wouldn't make a difference because the one would still strike on a 2 or less. Um, and the target selects never hit, so I don't think anything would change if that was a mountain territory. So all that to say, they have 2 hits, and I lose 2 units. Probably going to lose both artillery, I think. Yeah, both artillery are gone. So, put that militia back in. Bring that up with me as well. Okay, so that militia is still in Burma. The 41st only consists of 2 infantry and a AAA gun. All of the units, the air units will move back. So tactical bomber, the medium bomber, and the 2 fighters will go to Burma. The tactical bomber will go on one of the light carriers. Okay, into Ceylon, we have 2 Marines against 1 militia. That looks like, yeah, it looks like jungle again, maybe mountain. No, that's definitely a jungle. Okay, so this militia will defend at 2. These guys are attacking at 2, but we do have 2 first strikes from the battleships at 4 or less. So if we could get lucky on that. Nope. 2 militia, correction, 2 Marines versus 1 militia. All rolling 2s. 1 hit, and that's a 7. So I am successful there, but in hindsight, I probably should have done that differently. Okay. So Ceylon falls. Yeah. Sorry, folks. This is one of those days. Okay. Need to go and change Bengal up $1, and so FEC goes down 1 and Japan goes up 1 for that attack. Okay, we're up here now. Okay, so they have 1 infantry. I'm crossing a mountain, so in the first round we're -1 on all of our dice, and on the on the second round they'll be and subsequent rounds they'll be normal. Pardon me. So the mechanized would normally be at a 3, so that's at a 2. The cavalry also would normally be at a 3, that is also at a 2. And then I've got 2 medium armor, and they have 1 infantry at 4. So the 2 medium armor would normally be 6s, it's now at 5. So the blue dice are 5s, the brown dice are 2s in the first round, and the orange dice is a 4. So look at that, 3 hits. That and the 12 did not hit. So cavalry, 2 armor, 2 medium armor, and a mechanized take Central Mongolia. So the CCP go down $1 back to 2. Japan goes up $1 to 56. Okay, last battle. Apologies for the terrible video today. Um, so going into a city in the mountains. So going into the city, this militia defends at a 3 with target select against vehicles, but there is no vehicle, so that doesn't happen. I do have one first strike at a 2 because it is the mountains. Um, the mountain infantry, one of them will be boosted, so it will be at a 3. So we'll do that guy at a 3. And then the other mountain brigade will be at a 2 because he's unaffected. And then the 2 infantry will be at 1s. And then the militia will be at 2. So first strike at 2 or less, that's a miss. The mountain brigade boosted by the artillery at a 3, that's a hit. Look at that. The mountain brigade and 2 infantry, the mountain brigade's at a 2, the 2 infantry at 1s, another hit. And the militia is at a 3, and he hits. So I'll lose 1 infantry, and they'll lose the militia. And Japan will go up $3 more. 1, 2, 3 to 59, and Russia will go down $3. 1, 2, 3 to 12. Excuse me. Okay, so now on to the remaining non-combat moves. I believe. Oh no, we have the raid here. Seaplane against the line in P50. Seaplane is orange. They're +1, and I think they still only have anti-submarine warfare, so they're also +1. So it's just even dice. So roll that. Orange is Japan. That's a 1 against a 4, so that misses completely. Okay, back to non-combat. The 2 coastal subs in I-12 will move to P50. The 2, take that one off. The 2 heavy battleships in P50 will move 1, 2, 3, and with a bonus from the ports, will move to P16. The heavy battleship in P15 will move to P16. 1 destroyer will also join them there. The 2 transports will move over, taking the 4 units and placing those guys in Hong Kong. Oh, Tokyo, my apologies. So now 3 infantry and 2 marines in Tokyo. The fleet in P59 will move 1, 2, 3. And then the destroyer will move down 1 and join them in that territory. I believe this transport in P42 will move 1, 2 into P14 and drop 2 infantry in Hopei. The other transport will move to P14 as well. The 2 transports in P50 will move 1, 2, joining the 6th Fleet, and it will bring 3 infantry and a medium armor into southern India. The seaplane will go back to the Philippines. These guys are here. And up here, medium tank into Suyon, the infantry into Suyon, and the mechanized will also go to Suyon. Okay, I think that's all the non-combat movements. Yeah, so both fighters and the medium bomber in Burma with the militia. The tactical is on the one of the carriers. Okay, I think we're on to place units. So, a coastal gun will go to Marshall Islands. Oops. And militia upgrade and a militia will go to Marshall Islands. So that will eliminate this one. Now there'll be 2 infantry and a militia there. A militia upgrade will go to Wake, and a militia will go to Wake. So there's 2 infantry and a militia there. Heavy battleship will join the fleet in P16. The 2 tanks will join Rihe. 2 Marines will go to Burma. At that factory. And the militia will go to southern India. That will conclude all of the placing of units. The only thing left is the Lend-Lease. Oh, correction, there's the sub-base. We'll go into Tokyo. And then out of the factory in Kyushu, it'll go down through the Med, land the fighter in northern Italy, and the tank will continue along the rail into Bavaria. So northern Italy now has another fighter, and there. And then the medium armor goes to Germany and Bavaria. On the placing of units, or correction, collecting income is $59, and we have $13 in bonuses, so that should be 72 ducats. All right, team. Sorry for the long video and a bit of confusion there. Looking forward to Elite Golden's next turn as the UK and France. All right, thanks again for watching.